Underway then here at Villa Park, Aston Villa versus Everton. It would be a huge surprise if any of these two teams were relegated at the end of the season. Crystal Palace, of course, at the foot of the table. But it's not completely out of the question. And both know that they have to be better from here to the end of the campaign to allay any fears of getting embroiled in a significant and serious battle to avoid the drop. Standings at the moment, of course, with Crystal Palace with just 6 points so far from their 14 games. Aston Villa are 4 points clear of the South London side, and Everton are 3 points clear of Aston Villa. So it would be a surprise to see them getting embroiled in a serious relegation scrap, but you never know. Both of these two teams will be aiming for a victory this afternoon against opposition that they believe they will have marked out a fixture that they can get something from. Villa have scored the most of the bottom four, incidentally, but they were pretty disappointing in their game against Leicester last time out. They were beaten 3-0 away from home. They conceded the opening goal midway through the first half, and then 2 goals just after the restart really did for Aston Villa. They were beaten 3-0 against a Leicester side that have also struggled this season. They are just 2 points above Aston Villa in the standings, in 11th place at the moment. Everton look to play out from the back here. Played towards Martina Fernandez, and then a touch from Heather Payne. Forward towards Tony Payne, who will try and keep the ball in play. It ricochets off an Aston Villa player. That will be an Everton throw. Everton, for their part, we mentioned those defeats at the hands of Chelsea last time out. Beaten 2-1 away from home in the league. They conceded a 90th minute goal. Lauren James scoring in added on time to break Everton hearts. Looked like they were going to grab a point from the champions. That, of course, after being beaten by Chelsea in the FA Cup. They also went ahead in that game, as we referenced earlier. Did win their previous game, a 4-1 success over Leicester. That was off the back of a 2-0 victory over Spurs as well. So prior to those games against Chelsea, they were going very well. And you always think that a match against the champions is a significant step up pretty much from anyone else in the league. I mean, they are 7 points clear of Manchester United in second place and 10 clear of Arsenal in third. So Everton can be proud of the way that they performed against Chelsea. There's no doubt about that. It was a really good goal as well, wasn't it, by Kelly Gago, outside of the boot from the left-hand side, arrowing into the corner. Terrific strike from a player who's really adapted to the Women's Super League in double quick time, and he's not easy to come from the French top division. Admittedly, there are some very good teams in France, but tend to think that there's more strength in depth in the WSL. And Gago has performed really well with these 3 goals so far after moving from Nantes. She was in the France squad for the recent Nations League fixtures. She didn't play. 18 months at Nantes after previously playing at Sampdoria in Italy. Came through at Saint-Etienne in France. Here is Tony Payne for Everton, who's not had any luck in front of goal this season. Gago maybe has taken that. Tony Payne is yet to score since swapping Sevilla for Everton, but it's not for the want of trying. She's been excellent, really hard working. She's got 3 assists as well. She's a creator, not a scorer just yet, but I'm sure that over the remainder of the season we will see Tony Payne get her first goal of the season. To be a fairly late challenge there, but play continues, and eventually the referee does indeed halt play. Have been some good games between these two sides recently. A 1-1 draw, one they met at Walton Hall Park back in January. Being tricky Sarri with a late leveller for Everton. Rachel Daly scoring for Aston Villa. 5 for Daly so far this season in the WSL. And comes the delivery here for Everton. Punch to the edge of the penalty area. And Villa will look to try and break. Touch and a turn initially for Robinson. It's played back here to the edge of the Villa penalty area. This is Merit, space to move into. Robinson to her left. An awful lot of metrics suggesting that Villa should be a little higher in the WSL standings. They have been a bit unlucky in 1 or 2 games, that's for sure. Their expected goal difference per 90 ranks them 6th best in the standings. Shots per 90 5th, shot on target percentage 4th. There's some really good numbers that would suggest that another season, if luck could have gone their way, they would be significantly higher in the table, but it's not quite worked out for them. Then back towards Brosnan. Now it's with Hayley Ladd, who made her 100th appearance for the Welsh national side recently in a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Italy in the Nations League. She was a winter signing from Manchester United. Didn't really get too much of a look in at United this season, just 3 substitute appearances, but she starts for the 5th consecutive WSL match in Everton colours. An accomplished player, technically very, very good. Of course, Wales qualifying for the European Championships for the first time. Be really good to see the Welsh and the Welsh supporters in the summer tournament. Defeating Ireland, of course, in that playoff to get there. D'Angelo, a Canadian. Part of the Pinatar Cup squad recently. They won that particular competition in Spain. She did play in the draw against China. Let's see what Villa can do here. Bit of space over on that right-hand side for Mailing potentially to get the cross in. He's drilled in. Daly with a header. Brosnan comes and collects. Really good delivery inside the penalty area from the right-hand side. Fed it back for Nobbs to curl in. Bailey just suggesting to Nobbs that was a really clever ball. Bangs for Maritz. Interesting to hear from both of the coaches ahead of this fixture. Dalia Arroyo was saying that not playing at the weekend gives you the week where you don't have the stress of preparing for a game. Also good, she said, to speak to the staff and rethink some of the processes, try to find the more clear ways to get results. Also reviewed that Leicester defeat, which must have been fairly painful. Free kick here to Villa. Bangs standing over this one. Mailing as well. Bangs will float in. Punched away by Brosnan. Not completely away. Villa will recycle here. Bangs takes the shot on. Not too far away. She's had 1 or 2 injury issues this season, Jill Bangs. She's very strong on her left side. Did score in the 9-0 success over Bristol Rovers in the FA Cup. On loan from Bayern this season after previously turning out for Bayer Leverkusen. Mjelde will play it back, vastly experienced, 2nd straight start after coming back to the WSL. Following a spell back in Norway, a mainstay of a number of Chelsea's WSL title-winning campaigns. 6 she was involved in. An awful lot of experience that Everton have picked up. Still part of the Norwegian squads as well. She didn't play in the recent round of Nations League fixtures, but she was part of the squad. Nobbs will lay it back. D'Angelo. Banks, who's seen plenty of the ball. And it's with Turner, former Everton player, of course. Daniel Turner, part of the Everton squad that won the second tier a few years ago now. Vastly experienced player. Turner once more. It's a little bit loose, and suddenly Everton with an opportunity to get forwards here, but the ball wasn't quite good enough. Kept him play well. Forceful ball down that right-hand side, Villa. And Taylor looked to try and keep it in play, not quite. Good run from Grant as well. Back in the starting lineup, the Villa number 23, Chastity Grant, who's a Dutch international. She did score in the 2-1 victory over Scotland just last month in the Nations League. 4 years at Ajax, having scored 6 goals last season. Title winner a few campaigns ago. She came up short last season with the Amsterdam side, but Villa have started pretty promisingly here. Just gets away from Robinson. Stenovic will clear. Another player that suffered with injury, had hamstring issues earlier this season. Everton haven't had any real luck at all with some really good players on the sidelines, the likes of Garlian, Gabaro, and Weir and Wheeler, who's currently out, the latter with a thigh problem at the moment. Touch from Nobbs. Turner. It's a little bit short, but Villa managed to make it work. But we'll leave it. Long here for Grant, looking for Daly, first time. That's brave defensive work. Really brave from Stenovic. Daly with that dropping ball, nodded back into her path. She never needs a second invitation to go for it. Had that brilliant campaign a few years ago, 22 in 22 games. Hasn't quite followed it up, but it was always going to be difficult. She has got 10 goals in all competitions this season, 5 in the WSL. Scored in the cup success over Brighton, a 3-2 victory. We'll take on Manchester City, of course, in the quarterfinals next Sunday. Everton knocked out of that competition the previous round, of course, by Chelsea, as we've referenced. Everton looked to keep it in play, but just unable to do so. This is Patton. Touch and turn back to D'Angelo, but that's not the best of clearances. And this is Tony Payne to turn, and she's done really well. Schnoes will leave it. Here she is now, though. Everton just unable to keep the momentum of that move going. Mielder will play it forward. Schnoes will try and control inside the penalty area. That's good football from Everton. First opportunity from the corner here. Short corner, potentially. Payne waits. A more orthodox. You can see that there's so many players inside the 6-yard box here. Whipped into that near post and punched away. And then fed back in. Might get a second go here. Still Villa can't clear. Eventually it's back towards Payne on this right-hand side. She takes a clever touch and looks to whip it back in. Villa just struggling to clear their lines here for a second. Still not away! And they've been punished! Wonderfully taken goal. Mielda, right place, right time to just volley in from close range here. Let's take another look at this. The way that Everton just kept the pressure on that Villa 6-yard box. It was an awkward bounce, and Mielda wasn't the easiest one. The ball wasn't dropping. Really good technique. And a surprise lead for Everton. She's such a good footballer. Back to the WSL, as we mentioned, she was playing for Bjørnar in Norway, where she started her career. She did score once last season, after previously spending some 7 years, of course, with Chelsea. So much experience. Really well taken, because it wasn't easy. Couldn't allow the ball to drop too much. And she is. And she could turn out to be one of the signings of the winter, really, couldn't she? Oven ready, so much experience, straight into the starting lineup for the last WSL game. Stays in for this, and Everton get their reward. So Villa will have to battle, and they find themselves a goal down. Gago for Payne. Kelly Gago wants it back, and it comes towards her, cleared away. Really good football once again from Everton. The speed of the counter and the control and the precision with the passes was impressive. Villa look a little shocked here as Turner plays it back to D'Angelo. Nodded away by Homgaard. Villa come again. This is Robinson. Touch for Manitz. Managed to punt it long once again. It's over the head of Daly. Whistle has gone. Stanovic. Issues again. Everton with Gago, who's got an awful lot of pace here up against Mailing, and she gets there first. Payne is calling for it. Gago still has it. The back heel doesn't quite come off. It'll spin back towards the keeper. Clever. Daly. Neatly done. Now it's with Grant. What can Villa do here? There's good pace about the opening 19 minutes, that's for sure. This is Maritz. Still going determined run. Asking a lot of Robinson, but after the ball had gone, she was fouled there. Might be a yellow card as well. He's certainly going to be a free kick here. Just a word with Heather Payne. Just reminded of her responsibilities. Villa with a free kick. Mailing to curl in. It's a really good delivery and it's nodded behind. Clever defensive work. It's a corner. Wonderful curl on this. Spinning towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's nodded behind for a corner here. So Villa with an opportunity. Taken short. Eventually the ball is swinging towards the back post. It's not been completely cleared, and then Brosnan pounces on it. Ninth position, Everton, just 3 wins so far this campaign in the WSL. They've lost 3 of their last 5. Also beaten by West Ham away from home, including those 2 Chelsea reverses. Haven't drawn any of their last 5. Last draw was against Villa in the reverse fixture. Incredible win against Manchester City earlier this season. Let's see what Villa can do here, though. Opportunity to get forward with Robinson. Now it's with Moritz. Daly waits. Grant as well. Robinson to turn. Clever play. Still Robinson with a shot. And Brosnan gets down well. Katie Robinson scored against Palace in the League Cup back in October. She hasn't got a WSL goal so far this campaign. Summer signing from Brighton. 3 goals last season. England under-23 international. She has got senior caps as well, but she did play for the under-23s against their German counterparts in a 3-2 home defeat last month. This is Turner. Long ball forward again, taken down first time by Nobbs, but she makes the move a split second too soon. Well, of any WSL fixture to be played more than twice, Villa against Everton has seen the joint highest scoring percentage of away wins. So that's certainly on trend given the scoreline at the minute. 78%, 7 victories, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Here's the goal scorer, Mjelde. And just a reminder, click the link pinned in the comments to keep up with all the latest Barclays WSL news. Everton want the throw-in, but they're not going to get it. Moritz to take. Here she is again, under pressure. Gago will close down. The ball is thumped away. Ooh, Nobbs, that was very, very awkward. That was a nasty one. It's a yellow card as well here. Well, to a certain extent, I feel for Hayley Ladd, but it was very, very awkward. She's gone into the book here. One of those challenges that both are going for. And Ladd was just a little late. It was face on as well, wasn't it? There was nowhere to go. This is Turner. Now it's Moritz. Villa have to respond here. Their last come from behind success was against Brighton in that 3-2 home win just last month. And they also managed to beat Palace earlier on this season in the WSL when they conceded the first goal of the game. So they have battled back from losing positions to win games this season on a couple of occasions, despite the fact that they are in the bottom reaches of the WSL standings. Oh, really good skill here. Daly continuing to move forward, looking for Grant. It's cleared away. Patton to come forward. Here is Nobbs. Mainly on the right-hand side to dig out the cross, cleared away. And now Tony Payne to turn. And then she was caught. That's a free kick. It might be another yellow card here. This time it looked like it was Miri Taylor who was the perpetrator. Clever for lad. And now Fernandez. Mjelda has got Payne outside. Back towards Fernandez here. Brosnan was just outside of a penalty area. And that's a little short. It's going to be a free kick, is it? Referee has let it go. Well, it looked like Stanovic was caught there, but play continued. Long punt forward for Tony Payne to chase. Villa have got to be on it here. Back towards D'Angelo. Gets much more on that clearance. Plenty of air. Bounces through. That will battle. Mjelda. Last WSL goal, incidentally, prior to the one that she scored here, was for Chelsea. Obviously, it was against Manchester City in a 2-0 home success back in September 22. 28 minutes gone here. Martina Fernandez forward. Stanovic. Fernandez once again. Loan from Barcelona since the turn of the year. Some good signings heading into the second half of the season. You sense Brian Sorensen and the rest of the team at Everton talked about this game and saying it's all about the desire and which team really wants it more. Talked about the lessons learned from the Chelsea defeats. It says gave us confidence that we matched the best team in Europe all the way. Learned a lot from it. So it gave them confidence. You can see that a little bit as well. Patton forward. And he's on the move. Brosnan. Interesting to see just that change of striker really, with Daly sometimes dropping a little deeper, allowing Robinson to get further forward. Likewise, Chastity Grant. Daly nominally the central striker, but it was in fact Katie Robinson who made that burst just a few moments ago. Maley to the edge of the area. Robinson can't make it hers. Should be cleared away here by Payne and is. Well, there has been a good response from Aston Villa. This is Nobbs. Where is there a way through? Baines took a touch. Nobbs has it again. Maley calling for it. Short is Grant. Grant will move towards the byline. It's pulled back towards Daly. He will pull it back, but the shot is over the crossbar. Grant always leaning back there. Didn't quite hit it as she hoped. Jill Baines taking that on. Thompson here for Stenovic. Everton have failed to win any of their last 7 WSL away matches. 5 defeats, 2 draws in that sequence. Joint worst winless run since promotion back to the top flight. Lost their last 5 in all competitions since a 1-1 away draw at Crystal Palace in the league. Haven't won any of the last 8 in all comps. Got to stretch it back to late last season for their last success in the top flight. Win against Bristol City, a 4-0 success. It was back in May. Just 4 goals in their last 8 away games prior to the one that they've scored here. Away by Stenovic. Daly. Now, can Villa get something going here? Robinson is calling for it. Daly wants it back. Grant will play it in field. Still Villa looking for a way in here. Mailing to curl. Flicked on, but Robinson won't get there after Daly's touch. Certainly having more of the ball, Aston Villa, that's for sure, but haven't really got the penetration just yet. Turner's touch. Patton. Turner. Everton well drilled, well organised at the moment, looking to keep Aston Villa out. Only managed 2 clean sheets so far this season. Everton only 1 away from home as well. So they're going to have to withstand some pressure, you sense here, from Aston Villa. Villa have failed to score on 6 occasions in the WSL this season, but only 2 of those 6 were in front of their own fans. Didn't play the last game, the cup game at Villa Park, but did play the previous 2 here when beaten on a couple of occasions by Chelsea and Manchester City. So again, it's sort of similar form to Everton, isn't it, really? You're getting beaten by the very best. I tend to think that these 2 were always going to be fairly evenly matched. Villa just struggling to find a way in. Byings to curl in. Daly to take control. Ricochets up. Won't quite fall for a teammate. Maritz had popped inside the penalty area. Robinson goes back inside. Maritz outsider. Short here for Byings. Recycled towards Maritz. Turner. Maritz again, Villa probe away, looking for a way through. It's a clever touch, just doesn't quite fall for Nobbs. Might fall here for Taylor though, it does. Now then, opportunity for Aston Villa. Nobbs to get the cross in. Comfortable take from Brosnan, but that was better from Aston Villa when they up the tempo and start to move the ball that little quicker. You do sense that something is coming. Lost the last 3 in the WSL. Last WSL point was against Everton. The last win coming against West Ham back in December. Failed to score in their last 2 WSL and haven't managed a clean sheet in their last 8 now in league play. Nobbs. Daly. Nobbs will go again. Has to take the shot on. Well, prior to today, 19 shots without scoring, joint most in the WSL for Jordan Nobbs. It's not a stat that she wants to be associated with, but that's the situation at the minute for her. And he was caught a few moments ago. Got an issue here for Courtney Brosnan. Well, she's been ever present this season for Everton. Just the 2 clean sheets. 4th campaign now at the Walton Hall Park club. Previous WSL experience with West Ham. Brian Swanson just speaking to his players here. Wants to get all of the squad across just to get some further instruction in. Not quite a smash and grab so far for a 1-0 lead. They've took their big chance. Aston Villa haven't really created anything as good as the opportunity that Mjelde guided in from close range. Her first goal back in the Women's Super League, but there's plenty for Aston Villa to do here, and their coaching staff. You can see Natalia Arroyo just to the left-hand side there. He's got the grey hoodie on and the black coat, white trainers. Just speaking with Noel Maritz. Hopefully, Brosnan's going to be okay to continue. Irish international to play in the Nations League defeat at the hands of Slovenia in the recent round of international fixtures. USA born, but Irish international. Hopefully okay to continue here. Well, 37 minutes gone. There's been good pace and good tempo to the game. Everton would obviously feel the happier of the 2 teams here. I think Villa can be pleased with the way that they've had more of the ball, but they need to be a bit more creative with it. They've had good pressure on that Everton penalty area. Brosnan's made some comfortable saves. Patton. Just tapped back by Grant. This is D'Angelo. Didn't have any chance with the goal, that's for sure. Lost possession here, Aston Villa. The ball will pop up for Gago. And now Nobbs. Nearly 60% possession for Aston Villa in this game. They've had 6 shots, 4 on target. 1 big chance, that was the daily effort from close in. Expected goal figure of 0.2 for those that like these things. Everton 0.16, just the 2 shots, 1 on target, and obviously the one that really counted. Interesting figure when it comes to expected goals this season is the amount that Villa have conceded, because they've conceded 27 from an XG of 20, which means to say that the keeping hasn't been particularly good, or they've been beaten by 1 or 2 worldies from the opposition, or just we expect a bit of regression between now and the end of the season, which is probably the most likely, although we haven't seen that today, obviously. Everton's XG metrics are about par for what they've actually achieved, which is how it should be once we get deep into a campaign. Turner. Daly will play it back. Robinson in field. Banks. And now Turner again. Minutes had come in field. This is Robinson. Turner. Most of the play down the left-hand side from Aston Villa at the moment. Need to try and work it over to that right flank potentially. We know that Mailing is such a good deliverer of a football from the right-hand side. Not to suggest that Merritt's isn't on the left flank, but need to maybe mix it up a little bit. Too often it's come to this near side as we watch. And those possession stats are only going upwards for Aston Villa, but just look where they're having most of the ball. D'Angelo. Interesting to see Taylor dropping a little bit deeper. This is Turner. Taylor again. First start the season for Miri Taylor. She's been used as a substitute an awful lot. Signed from Liverpool just over a year ago. Did start at Chelsea, went to college in the States. Being given a little bit of license, it would appear, by Natalia Araujo to drop a little deep and get involved in the build-up play. But it's the build-up play that's not providing Aston Villa with that many chances at the minute. Everton, you won't say it's a low block, but they're defending well. The shape is good. Here is Taylor. Now it's with Maley. Still looking for a way in on the right-hand side. That was Grant to take the touch. In comes the delivery. Brosnan comes. That's a really good, confident take. High ball. Knew that she had players to deal with. She's an accomplished keeper, that is for sure. Robinson. Back for Moritz. D'Angelo. Tony Payne's going to chase it down. Angelo does get rid. Left footed to the halfway line. Mjelde, the goal scorer. Played back by Heather Payne. And now Mjelde again. She's going in the wrong direction at the minute, but she'll use Brosnan here. Daly is closing down. Stenovic. Villa pressing high, looking to nick the ball back in advanced areas. Oh, they've done well, and that's a wonderful touch as well. Knobs to deliver the ball in. It might pop up for Rachel Daly. It doesn't. It was a nice idea to get the cross in early. Didn't really have enough power to make it to Villa's top goal scorer. Stenovic. Intercepted by Moritz. Mjelde puts the laces through it towards Gago to flick on. Turner to side foot. Mailing to get rid quickly. She was under pressure. Referee says play on. Good advantage, although momentum lost a little bit for Aston Villa here. D'Angelo. Mjelde wants to let the ball run out. I don't think he's got enough pace to do so. It's cleared away. Infield by Banks. Here comes the Dutch midfielder. Again, had that well-struck shot early on that went over the crossbar. Manning. Well, it's hopeful rather than considered. The ball over the top. Kept in play by Brosnan. And don't want to worry Everton fans and jinx it for them, but they look pretty comfortable at the minute. Brian Sorensen's team. Scored now in their last 5 in all competitions, last failing to do so against West Ham. Only 2 clean sheets in their last 10 and 3 in their last 15. That would be a slight worry, but they're almost halfway there. And if they can keep Villa out, they will pick up the win. Mary Taylor. Danielle Turner. Well, with seconds ticking to half-time here, need a bit more urgency from those in claret and blue.
The minimum of 2 minutes added time. Minimum 2 minutes added time.
2 minutes of added on time, as you may well have picked up via the PA. Well, after a really disappointing 3-0 reverse at the hands of Leicester, Natalia Araujo's got a big half-time team talk here. She came from Real Sociedad, joining late Jan after Robert De Paul was sacked. Of course, she's got a 3.5-year deal here, the Spaniard. Flag is up here as Tony Payne looks to race free. One last chance for Villa maybe here. Bangs to turn. Turner. Nobbs. Back by Daly. This is Mailing. Villa pressing as the half comes to its conclusion. Have we got time for a corner? It's not a corner anyway. Well, this will be the last act of a first half that has been played at a fair pace. Just dipped a little bit the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. Villa have dominated play, much more of the ball, have had most of the opportunities, but it's Everton that will lead into the break here. Mjelder, first goal back in the WSL for a new club, Everton, with the only goal of the game so far. And Brian Sorensen is going to be pretty pleased with the scoreline, but Villa obviously having plenty of the play will feel that there's something in this game for them. Half-time here, Aston Villa 0, Everton 1. Underway then for the second half at Villa Park. It's Aston Villa 0, Everton 1 after 45 minutes of this Barclays Women's Super League fixture. Goal from Mjelder, first goal since September of 22 in the English top flight. Back in England, mainstay for Chelsea for a number of years and part of 6 title-winning squads, and her experience will be key and crucial for Everton between now and the end of the season. They will want to try and lift their league position and maybe bloody the nose of one or two of the top teams between now and season end. For Aston Villa, well, look, I don't think they're going to go down, but you never know. The points tally that they've got now might be enough. It all depends on how Crystal Palace go, of course, and we know that Palace have really struggled all season long. It's been a difficult campaign after they were promoted from the Championship. Just one win for the South London side, and of course a change of coach there recently as well, so not easy. But Villa will have earmarked this game as one that they could win, maybe one that they should win, given Everton's awful away record. Daly does well, bursts forward, needs a bit of help though here, Rachel Daly, and they're too slow getting forward with her. That's a poor ball. It's kept in play. Looking just to shepherd that one back, or shepherd it out of play, but it was flicked back. There are sparks here and there. This is Kelly Gago, brought down. And a pattern. Stacey Pearson, the referee, thinking about a card here, I think. Yes, just a warning. No changes to either side, incidentally, for this second period. It's as you were. It was a brave 11 from a Villa point of view, and Natalia Araujo taking out the likes of Gabby Nunes, who I think is a terrific player. I know she's only scored a couple of goals for Villa this season, but she's a big game player. Kirsty Hansen as well, relegated to the subs bench for Villa. So there are some experience, some good players to come on, and I'm sure that Villa will mix things up if the scoreline stays as it is for the opening 15 minutes of this second half. We shall see. Yellow card here. Now, who was that for? Katie Robinson, potentially, just for the tug of the shirt. Yeah, well, confirmation on screen for you. Mjelder forward. Now it's with Schnoes. Looking for the run of Payne. You can see how Everton just move into that attacking formation with Payne and Gago Holmgaard has moved up from the left-hand side from left back. And forward for Villa. Nobbs. Gago looking to switch it here for Payne, who races inside the 6-yard box. Well, D'Angelo's taken out her own player there. Canadian stopper may well have injured herself. Physio required. It was awkward. I mean, she had to go for it, I think. Sabrina D'Angelo here. But she's caught herself and she slid straight into one of her teammates. It was Daniel Turner, wasn't it, that went down? Let's have a look at this again. Turner wants to leave it for the keeper. Yeah, that's awkward. Initially, I thought it was Turner that might be the injured party here, but it's the way that she went in with some force to the centre half that has just given the keeper some concern. Part of the last couple of, oh, not the last couple of Olympic squads, but 2 Olympic squads, Sabrina D'Angelo, but not the one where they won gold, unfortunately for her. I'll click the link pinned in the comments to keep with all the latest Barclays WSL news. Plenty going on as we start to move towards the business end of the season in the women's top flight. In terms of the title race, well, it will take something remarkable for Chelsea to throw it away now. They have been so good. Looking to break more records. They're unbeaten this season. Of course, Everton going close to taking a point off them last weekend, and Villa themselves pushing them all the way, and that's the frustrating thing, I think, for supporters of both of these two sides. Every now and then they compete with the very best and they go toe-to-toe with Chelsea and others. You think, yeah, just a few tweaks here, personnel change there, some additions, and they could be challenging top honours, but it seems a long way off, doesn't it? Because those inconsistencies show through. I mean, I do feel for Everton with those early injuries this season. Carly and Gabaro going out with significant injuries, ACLs of course, which is the real bane, as we know, of an awful lot of WSL clubs and lower down the tier. Hopefully D'Angelo's going to be okay to continue. It did seem to be a forceful collision, and this is the right thing to do. Take your time, make sure that she's okay. Well, potentially have to make a change. Caitlin Talbot is the keeper on the bench, incidentally. The United States keeper, another North American stopper, who's on loan from West Ham. She also had a spell with Tottenham, but she hasn't played a WSL fixture. Experienced though, she was at Benfica in the Champions League a few years ago. Sorensen just a word with whom? Heather Payne has been called across, as is Katja Schnoes. Schnoes has been busy. Burst onto the scene scoring goals, but you only got a couple this season. Got 7 in the first season after moving from Bordeaux. And Rachel Daly just giving some instructions to her teammates, obviously been passed on. Let's have a look at this. Is there just a little bit of a bloodied nose maybe here, or injury to the mouth potentially? Let's see if she continues. Well, it's going to be a change. I think it's just a sensible thing. If you've had a whack in the face here, physios will make sure that she's okay. But she's ever present this season. And as we mentioned, Caitlin Talbot, her replacement, is going to get a first taste of Women's Super League action for Aston Villa. Number 30. Well, in some ways a good game to come into, because you'd like to think that Villa will have all of the ball once again. She might not have too much to do, but then she'll be a bit nervous, I'm sure, as anyone would be. Not surprised she's gone through one or two further warm-up exercises. Maybe she has been out of
Please
shot.
welcome number 30, Caitlin Talbot.
So Caitlin Talbot is on. And this is a Women's Super League debut. She didn't play in either of the cup competitions for Villa or previous club West Ham, but she did play once in the League Cup for Tottenham. She was on the winning side in a 2-1 win over Charlton, but that was back in October 24. So she's been a little inactive, but you know, she has got good experience. We mentioned she played in Portugal. She was title winner on a couple of occasions for Benfica, also a cup winner in Portugal as well. So interesting to see what she does here, but I suspect she might not have too much to do. We'll see, given the way that Villa have dominated possession. Short by Patton for Turner, and then switched to this near side. And Mailing. Grant had made the run. He's going to spin towards her, looking to keep it in play. Mailing up with play. Nobbs to lay it back. Mailing once again. Nobbs with a close control. Cleverly done. Nobbs edge of the area if she can get there. Not quite. Good interchange of passes though from Aston Villa. That was promising, and good strength shown here as well. And calling for it. Looking to try and turn. Might get another go here. On guard. Under pressure. Eventually goes down. She helps out. Everton will clear. The flick from Gago. Back by Taylor. Better from Aston Villa. Just under a little bit of pressure here. Turner does well against the former club. Patton. Well, better pressure from Everton on that occasion. She will take the throw. Tony Payne showing really good pace. Ball in is cleared away. Gago was lurking. Hayashi. That just slows things down. She's been influential in that Everton midfield. Not had the most touches, but her organisation has been good. Positioning has been good as well. Payne. Tony Payne goes again here. Gets to the byline to pull it back. It might fall for Hayashi. Miri Taylor does well. Villa come away with possession, not for long. Strong challenge by Fernandez. Oh, and Everton win it back cleverly. Mad rides the challenge, might open up for her here. Bounced just in front of the keeper. And given the fact that Talbot's only just come on, why not have a crack? Clever, but a good save. Might have been down a throat, but safe pair of hands, collected well, gathered confidently. Everton starting to believe that maybe there's another goal in it for him here. Schnowis will play it forward. Here she goes again. Payne, can she deliver the cross? She can, but the flag is up. Talbot smothers confidently once more. Flicked on for Nobbs to chase. Bangs header. This is Payne. Grant does well. Daly plays it back. Now it's with Maritz. Just 2 clean sheets in the last 10 for Everton. 3 in the last 15 in all competitions. Season that never really got going. Started off with back-to-back defeats to Brighton and Manchester United. Knocked out the FA Cup by Chelsea, failed to get out of the group stages of the League Cup. Here he's Payne. Gago waits, edge of the 6-yard box. Tony Payne twists and turns. She's getting on the ball a little bit more now. High ball inside the box. Altowitz lost that one. Not once but twice. Hayashi to turn and score. Well, the Villa players for a split second were looking towards the referee to see if there was going to be a foul given. But Talbot unfortunately spilled, and Hayashi took advantage. Loses it there. Hayashi quick to react. Takes the touch, looks to spin, tight angle. But although there was a player on the line, it didn't matter as Everton double their lead. And Honoko Hayashi gets her fourth goal of the campaign.
6, Honoko Hayashi.
Well, this would be a shot, but you did sense just a few moments ago that Everton were growing a little confidence here. And they sat back quite a lot in that first half and soaked up a bit of pressure. Mistake from the reserve keeper. Payne has been influential. Honoko Hayashi, signed from West Ham, fourth of the campaign. She's had a productive season. What do Villa do from here? Everton in a strong position. Robinson. Need to show a bit more urgency. Nobbs is doing that. Thought that in the first half. It was a little too slow for the last 10 minutes. We had a reaction when they conceded early, but nothing since. That's better. Nobbs round the corner. Meritz towards Daly. And he bounces to this near side. This is Nobbs once again. Baines gets underneath it. Came to it just outside the area, just leaning back a touch. Hayashi. Everton fans, you can hear. Made the trip to Villa Park and enjoying their day out, and something that they've not been able to do away from home in the WSL since late last season. Taylor fires it back. Well, surely Villa have got to think about some changes here. Past the hour. Alterations required. Change of personnel. Classic away performance in many ways from the team from Walton Hall Park. A side that don't really create that much. Their shots per 90 metrics of 9.14, only ranked 10th. Their shots on target percentage is actually the lowest in the division at 28.1%. And shots against per 90 is the second most. It's not a scoreline you would have predicted, but as Brian Sorensen said, they took plenty of confidence from defeats against Chelsea, that narrow loss in the league in particular. We were beaten 4-1 in the cup. Going to see some changes from Everton as well here. Sensible stuff from Brian Sorensen, Justine van Havermaet, and Karen Holmgaard coming on, twin sister of Sarah. But it's Robinson does get the cross in, but Everton deal with it fairly comfortably. Here come the alterations. As we mentioned, Holmgaard and Van Havermaet are coming on. Let's see the players to come off here. Well, Sarah Holmgaard, in fact, it's Schnois who's come to this near side, isn't it? Looks like she's going to come off. And Hayley Ladd as well. Those are the changes. That's been good in midfield. Looks like we're going to see some Villa alterations as well. Denise Salmon coming on. And we're going to see Missy Bo-Kearns also. This is interesting from a Villa point of view. Katie Robinson and Jordan Nobbs, the players that are coming off here. So we're not going to see Hansen Nunes just yet. Billy Salmon has been used as a substitute more often than not. Just the one WSL goal this season coming against Palace in a 3-2 success. That was a come from behind victory, incidentally, way back in November. Missy Bo-Kearns, who signed from Liverpool. He's also on midfielder. Villa getting forwards here. Just unable to feed the ball infield. Really positive run over on that left-hand side. Someone who's come on for Robinson. It's like for like in terms of position, isn't it? Missy Bo-Kearns, he's going to take Jordan Nobbs' position in midfield. Grant to try and deliver. Going to get another go. Flick back to the edge of the box. Spines with a shot. Well, that was better. Brosnan with a save. She's been underemployed, really. Daly to turn, just unable to continue with the spin. Down the line for Payne to chase. Turner to aim it back. Gago is quick though and gets there first. And it's still Kelly Gago. A twist and a turn. It's a tight angle. Into the side netting. She is so good with the ball at her feet. Hasn't really had the service in this game, but she's got the pace pretty much to beat any Aston Villa defender, I would offer. Fancy footwork, creates the space, angle getting ever acuter. Nearly a third. Turner. Given away. Payne can't quite control. Turner has it again. Thibaut Kearns with a touch, and she will go again. Villa's number 7. On guard. Thibaut Kearns wins it back and has a go. Just cut across it a little bit, but why not? Hasn't scored for a new side just yet since moving in the summer. That's last season for Liverpool against West Ham, and a 3-1 home success back in March. Well, Everton look pretty comfortable. Villa are not showing anything. One of those games that's getting away from the home side here. Not good enough. And if anything, you'd suggest that Everton might be the more likely team to get a third rather than Villa get on the scoreboard at all. But when Bailey's on the pitch, anything can happen for Aston Villa. And here she is to swing the cross in. Big chance. Oh. Grant tried to steer it in from close range. It was an awkward bouncing ball at a difficult height. Anything on it. Taylor to curl in, comes back out here for Banks. This is Merritt's. 20 minutes remaining here. Cross is blocked. Turner, can she dig out the ball inside the penalty area? She can. Brosnan comes and punches away. Brave goalkeeping. Payne tries to chest it down but can't. Taylor towards Grant. Now it's with Mailing. Thibaut Kearns, who's added a bit of pace to that midfield, hasn't she, since coming on. Mailing. Cleared away for Gago. And now Tony Payne. Looking to use her pace. They're backing away from Tony Payne here. Everton with 3 inside the penalty area. Gago is 1. Kept in. Good running on this near side. Home guard. And again. Hayashi. Stenovic. Brosnan. Stenovic again. She tried to knock it round the corner. Brosnan doesn't want to hold on to it too long. Oh, really good take from Hayashi. Great control. Curls it towards Gago here. Can she get there? She can. Brilliant play. Kelly Gago on the move. Looking for Payne here. I think she's got to be a little unselfish and take the shot on or get a little bit closer. She just bullied Patton there. Here is Tony Payne. Everton really warming to their task. Gago in behind. Payne still has it. Kelly Gago is towards Hayashi. Time to take it down here. A difficult one to try and wrap the left boot around. 17 minutes remaining. Aston Villa trail by 2. Everton closing on a first WSL away success of the campaign. Touch from Van Hevermaet. Just not going Villa's way at the minute. Van Hevermaet. Good close control. Down the line for Payne to charge. Turn back for Talbot. Mailing. And again, too much play inside that Villa half at the moment. Turner. A bit of pace injected here. Salmon looking to drive to the byline. Had a couple of runs so far when she got to the byline and pulled back, but the other just got away from her a little bit. Everton not the only team this season yet to secure an away win. Villa are one of those teams that haven't won on their travels. Likewise, Leicester and West Ham. Villa throw. Going to see more Villa changes. Talbot was at fault for the second goal on a WSL debut. Villa debut full stop. She will not look back at that with any great fondness. Payne has won it back. Referee lets it go. Villa on the back foot once more. Turn around the corner cleverly though here. It looked like it was going to be a good turn, didn't it, from Ebony Salmon, and one for a split second, but the ball just gets away from her. Van Hevermaet. Oh, clever from Everton. They just play through that press so easily at the moment. Van Hevermaet, he's tall but got a really good touch. Stanovic just waits. Wanted a bit more movement. It's a little tight, but again, Everton playing with confidence here. Do eventually give the ball away. This is Mailing. Bangs. Oh, underneath the studs of Missy Beaukern. She's going to chase it down and keep it in play just. Mailing. He can deliver. Don't want to go first time. Bit more energy and tempo from Villa here. Turner. Cleverly done. Bangs. Shot comes in, it takes a deflection. That's a corner. Good, neat build-up play. Moving the ball around quickly. 1 and 2 touch. That's what Villa need to do here. Still got 13 minutes. Stranger things have happened. Both of their come from behind successes this season have been by 3-2 scoreline, so don't rule it out completely. Villa changes on their way, incidentally. No real surprise to see Kirsty Hansen and Gabby Nunes coming on. Just wonder why they didn't come on a little earlier. Not coming on just yet. Whipped into the near post, easily dealt with. Needed a bit more height on that one, flat trajectory. Oh, Tony Payne, wonderful skill. Really good football and then nailing intercepts. Showing good awareness. Taylor. Well, a little bit of afters there. Will be a free kick. Here come the changes. Kirsty Hansen to the right, Gabby Nunes to the left there. Hansen the Scot, and Gabby Nunes obviously Brazilian. Two alterations. With Grant Taylor, two of the players that came in today coming off.
Please welcome number 20, Kirsty Hansen.
We're also going to see further Everton alterations. Caroline Olsen is coming on. Looks like we're going to see Mel Lawley as well. Tony Payne has done brilliantly, and Heather Payne both going to come off, I think, here. Confirmation in just a second. There's Heather Payne's number to come off. Tony Payne, look, she's once again hasn't scored, but she works so hard for the team. You can't ever be anything other than impressed by her. I know she's got to add goals. She is a striker, and that's the currency when you're one of the forward players. 6 last season for Sevilla. But hopefully, from an Everton point of view, there will come over the course of the season. I'm give her credit the way that she's worked hard. Really good out ball, as is Kelly Gago. Maybe not as quick as Gago, but she's got some very good skill on the ball.
Double substitution for Everton, replacing number 9.
So Everton, a double switch after the double change there from Villa.
47, Caroline Olsen.
Just haven't built up any sort of momentum, Villa. Never really put that Everton penalty area under sustained pressure. Press is high, but Everton too often have played through it. We see both curtains. Lifts it back for Patton. Now Turner. The ball had just gone straight out. Haven't seen that many attacks in the last 10 minutes or so from Everton. Obviously, as time ticks away, they're going to try and just hang on to what they've got. And, well, they don't really need to hang on with a 2-goal advantage. Just need to manage the game from here on in. Stay tight. Don't take any chances. Daly's header on to no one in claret and blue. Fed back towards Brosnan. Always happy to take a touch, but she's good with the feet. Clearance, though, on this occasion goes straight to Maritz, and it's a Villa throw. Gago closes down. Patton with the ball at her feet. And they need something now. 2 down, 8 minutes remaining. Big diagonal once again. Someone steps away from one challenge, then loses possession. Van Havermaet will play it forward. Gago with a layoff. If they can get her going with a long ball here, there could be danger for Villa. A couple of options appearing on this near side as well. Van Havermaet will take it on. And Hayashi will keep it in play. Honoka Hayashi. Everton do well. retain possession, don't give it away cheaply. Just haven't managed to win it back. Now they have. Hansen. Gabby Nunes, first time we've seen her with the ball at her feet, but she needs a bit of help here, does the Brazilian striker. She can't do it all on her own, but she's managed to fire it back in field. Well, the pressure from the Aston Villa attackers has forced the error. Throw-in's got to be taken at the correct place. Bo Kearns loses out. Gago's on the move here. Kelly Gago up against Turner. Still Kelly Gago. They're backing away from the French striker. And ricochets off the shins of Danielle Turner. Just a heavy touch here as she moved inside the penalty area. And Everton take their time, 5 minutes remaining, plus added on time. We have had a couple of stoppages. Obviously, the injury to Sabrina D'Angelo will mean that we'll get significant added on minutes at the end of the 90. A number that won't be happy with Everton fans, I fancy, but we'll see what we get in 4 or 5 minutes or so. Might get another here, Everton, and it comes. Only half away. Goes back towards goal. Recycled by Stenovic. Holmgaard. Does get the cross in, whips it towards the back post. He's kept in play as well. Unlucky. It was Karen Holmgaard, one twin to another. No wonder she knew where it was going to go. Good block, Patton in the way. It's another Everton throw, I reckon, yeah. Holmgaard. Battling, but losing possession. Forward by Banks. Gabby Nunes uses her strength and wins a free kick. Taken quickly. Bo Kearns forwards. And Salmon towards Mailing here now. What can Villa do here? Salmon's made a really good run. Holmgaard trying to get back goal side, which she is, but Billy Salmon is still going forwards here, thumped away. Another chance to clear. Actually, second goal gave Everton that cushion after the mistake from Caitlin Talbot. Going to use her strength once again. So often she's got in behind her. She's won a free kick here. Well, 2 minutes remaining. The game is pretty much up. Villa have been disappointing. Everton are getting ready to celebrate a first WSL away win of the campaign, and they can build for the remainder of the season here. They're not in the cup, obviously. Villa are, but you're going to have to really improve to give Manchester City a game you fancy next weekend. Home guard's going to take the free kick here as we tick towards that 90th minute. Left-footed, big diagonal inside the penalty area, and that's well claimed. Well done, Talbot. Making a WSL debut, let's not forget. Everton will take on Arsenal next, incidentally, at Walton Hall Park. That won't be easy for Arsenal. Really good atmosphere at Walton Hall Park. Great place to go if you get the chance to watch Everton play. And then a home game against Crystal Palace. So a couple of home fixtures, opportunity to build on this for Everton before a tricky trip away to Manchester United. Still got to play City away and indeed Liverpool away. Merseyside derby scheduled for the penultimate weekend of the campaign. There's a late change for Everton as Tricky Sally comes on.
Everton, replace number 29,
Kelly Gago coming off. She hasn't scored, Kelly Gago, but she's been a real handful. And Tricky Sally, of course, did score in the 1-1 draw between the pair in the reverse fixture. That was an 89th minute equaliser. She doesn't have to repeat the trick here because her side
6 minutes at a time.
2 to the good, and we have had 20 seconds of the added on 6. Turner to thump it away. Hansen to control. Gabby Nunes on the move. Hansen might have to do a little bit of self here. It's going to be a throw into Everton. Missy Bokens battling away, wins a free kick. Well, every now and then there's energy and enthusiasm, but we haven't seen the quality from Villa. We know it's there. Rattled off all those metrics right at the start of the game about how they should be higher in the table. But they're not really created that many big chances, just one according to our friends from Opta, and they haven't taken it. And Daly can't get through there. Everton have created 2 and have scored 2. 10 shots for Villa, 5 on target, 8 and 3 respectively for Everton. They boss possession, just under 60%, 58.2. Everton, I think, have been better in the second half. Expected Villa to get at Everton a little bit more. The possession stats for the second half is about 50-50, 50.8 for Villa and 49.2 for Everton. Salmon. She's looked busy. She's been a good sub so far. What can she deliver here? Whips it in. No! Daly just wide of the post. That was the opportunity to make the final few minutes a little challenging for Everton. Wasn't an easy chance. And the fact that she gets good power and gets on the end of it is testament to how good she is. Good movement inside the area. Just looking to turn it towards goal. It was an awkward height, really. Came off the knee or the thigh. Salmon's been good since she came on. A little bit of cramp here potentially. Not sure who's down. It will be Stanovic, it is. He's not had the most football this season. It's just a 5th start of the campaign. Hamstring injuries earlier on. She scored against Villa in the 2-1 home defeat last season. Also sent off in that game against the side that she faces today. Salmon again from Mailing's ball, still Ebony Salmon. Missy Kearns with a shot. Brosnan makes the save. Not quite sure if it was going in, but the keeper didn't know that. Just tipped it behind, pushes it behind for a corner. Well struck effort this. Looks like from our angle it's just curling away. Good goalkeeping nonetheless, and it's going to be a 3rd clean sheet of the season. The save percentage this season has been excellent, Courtney Brosnan, 78.8 for a side that have struggled. In comes the delivery. Might get another go here, another corner. And it comes once again, it's towards the back post. Into the final minute. Everton gets set for a first away WSL victory of the campaign. And it's been much deserved. Ebony Salmon pushes it through and goes again. Just curls beyond. Curling away from goal, unlucky there. She has been a real bright spark. Substitute appearance of the campaign. Only started 3 fixtures in the league this season. I fancy she might be in for the next one. But this has been a disappointing afternoon at Villa Park. And after some good performances against better opposition here, this is going to be a disappointing defeat in that cup quarter-final against City next weekend. Then an away trip to Palace. Well, Palace win that, and Villa are very much in the relegation mire. That is for sure. That is going to be some game. Opta's supercomputer might have to have a look at the metrics it's put in the algorithm to say that Villa have only got a 7% chance of going down. If they lose that one, it'd be much higher. Villa still pushing, to their credit. But Everton, too canny, too good, too well organised. And the 2 goals that they've scored is going to result in a big 3 points for Brian Sorenson's team. Flicked on for Daly. Home guard. Still Villa push and probe and battle. Salmon again with a shot. And Brosnan with a save. Everton can celebrate a first away win in the WSL this season. Hayashi in the second half after a mistake from Caitlin Talbot, who came on for the injured Sabrina D'Angelo. Mielda in the first, giving the Everton manager success, and his team have battled really well. They thoroughly deserve this. Villa disappointing. They would have expected more against Everton, but it's the Walton Hall Park club that have picked up the 4 points. Full time here, Aston Villa 0, Everton 2.